we are reviewing a, that's not right, that's from the last video. We are reviewing a junior.net developer. This is the actual title, which is junior.net developer. So what they're going to be looking for is not necessarily all of these, but a good majority of these. So .net, anything .net. There's a lot of stuff that's .net. You kind of want to plaster a bunch of .net on everything. C#, Blazor, actually only saw that one or two, so it's okay. Microservices, JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML, CSS. I don't know why I have that twice. CSS. Then preprocessors, microservices. Again, I wrote that. I did not write this well. Anything with Microsoft. React, Angular, Vue, SQL, architectural, Agile, DevOps, CI/CD, Git, and Docker. Those are going to be what we're looking for. So if you like these types of videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This person, it really does help me out. I don't understand the algorithm, but any comments help. So this person says they're in the Latin America area. I don't know how to judge that based on this resume. I've not recruited down there. But they have a ratio of 100 to 1, which is not good. So that's 100 applications per interview. Not very good at all. So let's see if we can find this stuff. Education. Again, this can be one line. This should be one line. This should not all be bolded. Also, this is not... skills sections are not great. You need them in the bullet points. Teaching assistant. Collaborated with professors, subject taking the role of mentor. Okay, this is not written correctly. Teaching assistant is fine, but you need to show that this is like a software developer teaching assistant, right? Because otherwise this just reads... So here's why. They're going to look at all this, and they're going to say, okay, they're a teaching assistant. Okay, they're just learning. They don't have any experience. They're going to toss your resume. So your formatting is off. This needs more bullet points where you say you helped teach... SQL queries, advanced object-oriented programming, that kind of stuff. And then you need to list this stuff. Projects with solid principles. Okay, desktop, open source, administrative. Again, yeah, your bullet points are not bad. Honestly, I think you need to redo almost all this resume. There's just not a ton here. Like, it takes me all the way here before I... Okay, this is... I don't know why it's formatting like that. Until I go to here, where I see a single .net. The .NET needs to be plastered. I see C#, .NET, which is good, and SQL. That is the only keywords I have actually found if I go all the way here. Well, there is a SQL here. So yeah, your about me doesn't matter. You need more bullet points. You need to show that you're actually this type of developer. I need .NET. I need Agile. I need DevOps. I need CI/CD. I need more SQL. I need Git. I need Docker. I need TypeScript. I need HTML, CSS, Microsoft, anything else. But I don't see this here. So this does not read like a .NET developer. This doesn't read like much of any developer. To a recruiter, obviously, if you were tech savvy, you would be like, oh yeah, clearly this person X and Y, but that's not the person reviewing your resume, unfortunately. So I would completely redo this resume, look at maybe some of the other videos I've shown about how to format it, or come on the channel. But yeah, this isn't going to work. There's just not enough info here. A recruiter's going to see this, not see it anywhere here, and they're going to decline you. And I'm assuming that's the same in Latin America. Again, I have not recruited in Latin America. Maybe it's different there, but that's all I can really do for this because I don't really see much anything I need. So yeah, we have to move on to the next resume. Resume is of a web developer, which is also mostly called a front-end dev, so front-end/web developer. What we're going to be looking for is JavaScript, React, Angular, JS, HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordExpress, Git, Docker, Jira, React, React, Vue, Next, and sometimes extra languages, Cloud, UI, UX, and SASS, which is not SAAS, which I found out during the last video. So this person did not give me anything other than their ratio, so this is a 1:75, which is not great, although... It's not great. I think it could be a little bit better. IT, especially front-end devs, are going to have problems searching for a job. So, you know, it's just a tough market. So, identified and corrected description Cs with 100 plus agent for code. Functional players, author JSON to APIs. Okay, see APIs. Evaluated code samples written in C++, Python, React from 8 distinct models to enhance performance of superior models. This doesn't necessarily read like a front-end dev. I will say this is a fine sentence, but like this is mostly back end, and this is more full stack. So if you're going for actual web developers positions, this may hurt you, because you need to describe this better, that you focus more on the front end, because this does not read like a web developer. This reads more like a full stack. And if they're looking for a like straight up back front end dev, they may reject you based on that. So be very careful with this. You have some of the keywords, but this reads really more like full stack. So, wrote an ecosystem of 5 web using WordPress. WordPress actually is a keyword. It's not in a lot, but it's still useful. PHP, which is a keyword. jQuery, that's close enough. Bootstrap, improving your interactions. Creating an admin dashboard with PHP, HTML, CSS. Okay, good. Performance. MySQL, fine. Enhance user engagement, custom LLS, HTML, JavaScript. Okay, so this is actually pretty solid. I honestly think most of your issues is they read like this, and then they say, "Oh, you're not a front end dev. You're a back end dev or a full stack," and then they reject you. So this might actually be hurting your chances. You need to rewrite these bullet points, but here, this position is actually kind of solid. This alone will get you interviews. And what I would recommend is you have your summary here. Make sure your summary includes JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and SQL, and maybe like RESTful APIs, because this is, where did it go? I know I saw it here. This is actually a problem. I cannot find it again. This is arguably your best sentence here, but it's all the way down here. And it's very possible, especially in an overcrowded market, that a recruiter may not even get to this point. So that is, I think, your kind of true problem, is your order of these bullet points are wrong, and this is sort of having issues. This also, none of this really matters because this is Ruby. Ruby is not as sought after in front-end positions. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not what I've seen. So Master of Arts in Philosophy, that's fine. It's not a... If you have a BA, no, because it doesn't look like you started coding till later. Certification. So, yeah, that's sort of my issue with this, is it doesn't fully... It looks like you kind of have 3 different resumes bundled together into one. This reads like full stack. This reads like back end, like front end. And then this reads like back end. And you need to make sure your resume reads like only one of them, which is going to hurt you to, otherwise it's going to hurt you to get a job. This also, again, is your best sentence because it has HTML, CSS, JavaScript, UI, UX, and that's kind of it. So I would redo some of your bullet points and your formatting a little bit, and I think you're going to have a higher success ratio. I want to be clear, it's still a rough market. It is still a tough market, but I think you can lower that 1 to 75 to maybe 1 to 50, 1 to 40 if you make those changes. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software developer. They have a terrible ratio, which is 1 to 150. The market is not great for software developers, but still it should not be 1 to 150. So what we're going to be looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. These are going to be the key ones. We want to see that peppered throughout the resume. Node, Angular, SQL. We need to see a lot of SQL. React, API, REST. Cloud is huge, along with Agile and CI/CD. And then if you have any other bonus languages such as Python, C, or Java and Git, or you worked with Git, that is a bonus. So JavaScript, yeah, again, this. Okay, where's your degree? If you don't have one, okay, here's probably why. You have a doctor's of physical therapy. I would delete that. Don't let them know that. Don't let them know you graduated in 2010. Just say graduated business risk management insurance and leave the doctorate behind. This would probably show that you are... I don't want to say overqualified, but this could be a red flag to hiring managers, is that you already went a doctorate in 2017 and you're not doing that and you're doing this. So I would remove this from your resume. Keep the education towards the bottom because, again, you don't have a degree in a CS degree, but remove the doctorate. That could be a red flag. So this technologies doesn't help. It needs to be in this. So, co-name, 300 employee market research from Fortune 100 companies. I don't need to know this. I need to know this in the actual bullet points. So, founded and led the company's first ever software engineering team after earning leadership recognition, hiring, mentoring, developed to scale initiative solutions across the organization. That doesn't help me. It can be beneficial to know that, but that doesn't have any keywords. It also doesn't show how big the team is, because if the team is just you, it's not as impressive. Led the development of a statistical tool using Python and React. Okay. The app was designed a virtual senior REST API. Okay. Developed a full using Python, React, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and OpenAI. This is solid. This should be your first one. Like, look, I don't know what your team did. This should not be your first one. Yeah, and then I'm looking at this. I don't see any SQL. Let me just Control C. So, JavaScript, I see twice. That's not good. You need more. CSS, I see once. That's not good. You need more. HTML, once. Need a little bit more. TypeScript, I don't see any TypeScript. Node, no Node. Angular, nope, no Angular. Agile, no Agile. CI, am I going to see CI/CD? No, it doesn't look like I am looking for CI/CD. Okay, is there any cloud that I can see? AWS? No. Azure? No. GCP? No. Did you mention cloud? You did mention cloud. Here, right down here. Too far down. So this is why you're having issues. Is 1, your doctorate. 2, your starting sentence is not what recruiters need. This is an okay third or fourth sentence, but I need to know this. Develop full-scale application using Python, React, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. This is better. Like, if you just put this and then delete this. Also, these are not even the right keywords that I care about. I only see SQL. So this whole thing could be deleted as well. So yeah, I would go straight up into your experience. So, and then if you've done cloud, I need cloud. This is a bullet point issue and a bit of formatting issue, but literally just deleting this, deleting your doctorate, and putting this as your first sentence would probably give you to like a 1:75 ratio alone. So I am missing a bunch of keywords, and I'm missing a bunch of keywords. I don't see any cloud. I don't see any agile. I don't see CI/CD. And you don't have enough TypeScript and JavaScript. I want to see that at least. I want to see TypeScript, JavaScript at least twice in your resume. CSS, HTML once. And Node or Angular along with React and API. Did I see React? React, yes. React is, no, it's not in any of the things, right? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I did see that. API, yeah, so that one's okay. Yeah, you're missing keywords and your formatting is hurting you. That's why you've had a 150-to-1 ratio. So fix those alone, and you should have a much better chance. In addition, if you are a U.S. citizen and you're applying in New York, put U.S. citizen or green card holder. So it'll be beneficial. That's it for this resume. Let's move on to the next one, which is second to last resume. This is a software engineer intern. Their ratio, I don't fully know because they said 1 to 25, which is great, but then they also said they've applied to 70 places. So I don't know if that ratio is accurate, so we're just gonna have to judge it. As we're looking for a software engineer intern, we're gonna be looking specifically for a basic tech stack, the ability to work well with others, and takes direction and criticism. If they have a bunch of other internships, sometimes these you're like pre-vetted. So let's see, the formatting I'm not a fan of. GPA is impressive, which is good. This should be 2 lines max, and you should definitely put this. So these should be combined into 2 lines max. And in addition to that, this should be bolded. This should not be bolded. Technical skills, you listed everything, so I don't think they're crazy useful. In addition, they should not be bolded. I'm not a fan of this section, at all. But some tech company, that is good. September to... Okay, make sure you have the... Okay, co-op, got it. So, here's the thing. Recruiters may not fully understand what a co-op is, and I got flack for this before, even on channel. If this is an intern, that's fine, but you have to actually show why. Because if they don't see an internship, they may see September to December 2024. What the heck? That was only a couple of months. Also, you do need to put the year here. I do understand that it's the same year here, but it just looks cleaner. This also does not need to be bolded. This should be bolded. So introduce, everything should be past tense, even if you're still working there. Introduced a master traction page on a company using Profile for an internal startup discovery tool with search fields and values using Next.js. This is okay, kind of too long. Generated a migration pipeline, populated from PostSQL, okay. Automated deployment to AWS, REST. Okay, so I need to know your primary language here. Was it JavaScript? Was it Java? Assuming you use Next.js, I'm assuming it may be JavaScript, but I need to know if this is like a full stack role or whatever, because that's going to be what they're looking for. So this is not a good intro sentence. It needs to be more basic. You are good at a couple of the keywords though. So API, CD, CI/CD pipeline, I think, SQL, Next.js. I'm just missing, well, this section, which you need to put in the bullet points. Led a team of 5 engineers in the development of something, a data-driven internet action for restaurants, manage project milestones, architecture issues. So here's also where this is confusing, is you are looking for an internship position and you were a lead developer of interns? The keywords are kind of okay here, but this is this a project? You need to show that this is a project. No, because your projects are down here. This is confusing, because if you're looking for an internship and you've been leading 5 other engineers, that doesn't track. That is going to confuse the person reading this. Now, if you were like in a master's and you were looking to, that would make more sense, because masters, the candidates do typically have some more experience, but this is just a normal internship from a bachelor's, and that is confusing. In addition, you did state that over here, which is you're available from May to 2025. I don't know if they're hiring that far in advance. Typically, and this may be something that is specific to internships that I'm missing, because I've done internships, but not the bulk of my experience as internships, is the average turnaround time for a position is if you cannot start within 3 months, you probably shouldn't apply. There is a difference to that in the EU because their laws are different, but in the United States at least. And you're in Boston, so yeah. Direct 3 lab students and 40 post lecture starts. Yeah, so here's my thing with this. Your formatting is off. There's a lot of extraneous information. You don't show what this is, how it's a... I guess it's a co-op, but again, recruiters may not know what a co-op is. And then you have a technical lead, and you're looking for... Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So you're going to have to make that make sense, especially chronologically. And I'm going to need some more basic of the tech stacks, a little bit here. And another thing is I need to show that you can work well with others, because here you're showing how you led and you directed, which is great for a senior position, but I need to know that your bot, if you can present a piece of code and you, this is how people present code, right? They do it like this, and they're like, here's my code, boss. And your boss says, hey, this is crap. Here's how you need to fix it. That you don't throw a fit and you can fix it. I need to show you can work well with others and take criticism, not necessarily lead others. There is a key difference between the two. So I think I could possibly move forward with this, but internships are highly competitive, and I want to make sure you get the best chance you can. So let's move to the next resume. The last resume of this video, we are looking at another front-end dev. So they specifically said they've applied to 20 plus jobs in front-end development, and they've met the qualifications and 80% of the nice-to-haves, but there's no interview or interview screen. So I'm going to tell you some news, and you're not going to like it. 20 is not enough. That is not nearly enough. IT right now is in a giant downturn. And even if you do meet all the qualifications, even if you are perfect for the role, you may not get everything you apply to. There's just so much competition. You need to apply early and quick. And what we're going to be looking for in front end is JavaScript, React, AngularJS, HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, WordPress, Git, Docker, Jira, React, Vue, Next. Any extra languages, Cloud, UI, UX, and SASS. SASS. I hate those words. So let's see if you do have those. All right. Front end, again, this is so long. Where's your education? Okay, boot camp. That makes sense. Wait, you have full stack? So this confuses me. If this is a BS degree, a bachelor's in science of a CS, computer science degree, so a BSCS, this should be here instead of a boot camp. Boot camps are if you don't have any of the direct experience. So that's going to be part of the issue, is boot camps are not looked as favorably. So if you do have a CS degree, you should just have that, and it should be up top. This skills section is way too loud, way too much. So, okay, in nearby states. Also, this is kind of confusing. Keep it simpler. Led the development in architecture, 20 plus progressive apps in a single page using theoretically leveraging React, TypeScript, Vue, JS. Okay, where's the JavaScript? Where's the HTML? Where's the CSS? Again, these are correct, but I need more. Increased user engagement by integrating. This is not any of the keywords I'd be looking for. Improve site performance by 50%. Again, no keywords I'm looking for. Design pixel perfect framework using Wacko compliance, recharge framework, or Tailwind CSS. The only thing I'm looking for is CSS. Connect to integrated browsing, Mocha.js test. Again, no keywords here that I'm looking for. Authorized technical document, reducing onboarding time by that. Coding standard, CI/CD is one of them. Manage and optimize backend scripts using AWS. That's solid. Okay, here's your problem right here. You don't have half these keywords in here. I need to see your very first sentence say JavaScript, Angular, HTML, CSS, PHP. I need to see it also say AWS, which is important. So JavaScript, HTML, CSS, AWS should be in your first one. Then React, TypeScript, Vue, Next, JS, GraphQL, and REST API are perfect. That's good. I need those in another sentence. But like here, I don't care about any of this except for this right here, CSS. And then if you keep going, I don't care about this. You have 4 sentences that are largely irrelevant to what I would be looking for, both on the manager side and the recruiter side. Maybe I could get it. You could get an interview with this because it does look like you have a lot of experience. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't. This is not enough. So because you have a bunch of stuff that is completely not related, and I know people get mad at this, but the keywords matter. I need these. If it's not here, it may not be important in your resume. Now, if you said improve site performance by 50% using JavaScript, HTML, React, blah, 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 that would be beneficial. But yeah, you don't have enough of the keywords. And even if this is a solid resume, which honestly, I don't want to harp on that too much. I think it's an okay resume. I think it's like a 1 in 50, 1 in 60 resume, right? So I think with this resume, you would get one interview per 60 applications. But again, you've only applied to 20. That does not cut it in this market. Here, 2021, you only needed like 20 applications and you'd get a lot of stuff. But in late 2022, the IT market crashed hard and we have not recovered. This is not the same market you started at here. And I wish I could tell you there's some secret formula, and there is, to getting more resumes, but getting more interviews. But even then, a 1 in 20 application ratio is insane. I think ideally you should get 1 in 25, 1 in 30. If you can get it lower, that's great. But we are not in 2021 market anymore. We are in a different market. So I think this could be moved forward, but it's more like a 1 in 50, 1 in 60 ratio. So it is a grind and it's a nightmare, but that's the way it is. So resubmit, fix it up, but you definitely need to fix this stuff up in the resume, and you're going to need more than 20 applications, even with a phenomenal resume. So I hope you all like this content. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I will see you all in the next video.